What's up, horror fan? Welcome back to the channel. So for today's trailer review and reaction, we are taking a look at a South Korean film called Dark Nuns. It also goes by the name The Priest 2 Dark Nuns. Now, this one I just happened to stumble across. I don't see and I can't find that this one will be getting a US release. At least it will not be getting a US release, anytime soon as far as when this film is going to be dropping, which is on January 24th, 2025 in South Korea. And again, I haven't seen anywhere where a U.S. release date or any other, region will be getting this film. Now, we do know at times these films will drop, and in a couple months it will pop up on a streaming service here in the U.S., or we will in fact get it with an English dub over. Personally, I don't prefer that. I don't prefer the dub over. If it's spoken in Korean, just give it to me in its native tongue, and I'm happy to read subtitles. I don't have a problem with that. But what I found interesting about this film is that this film was originally announced as a spinoff of the 2015 film The Priest, and it didn't go into production or pre-production until late 2023. So I thought it was interesting that, as we've talked about before, such big gaps between sequels or spin-offs, typically they don't work out as well. So it will be interesting to see how this one plays out, considering that the film it's supposed to be a spin-off of or a sequel to is now going to be almost 10 years old. Again, usually doesn't work out, but we'll see if this one does. And hopefully we'll be able to view this one. But I thought, again, for it being a horror film, and we don't see too many horror films outside of the U.S. or we do see some, within Europe. But as far as Korean films, I do want to start bringing some of those to the table for us to review, especially if we can get a hold of the trailer, and two, if we can actually get a hold of the film, whether that's a digital copy or physical. I do have a region-free DVD and Blu-ray player, so if I'm able to get a copy of those, if they are region locked, I still will be able to review them and give them a watch and let you guys know what I think. But on this one, the plot, synopsis, summary is fairly long, and I'll continue to say this. You've heard me say this. I probably sound like a broken record. I don't like reading full synopsises. I don't like reading full summaries. I want trailers and clips to speak for themselves, unless it's a couple sentences. So what I will do is I'll just read the first sentence here, and then we'll go from there. We'll jump right into the trailer. So it says the film centers around the two nuns, Sister Wania and Sister Michaela, who are confronted with a young boy named Hee-jun, who has been possessed by a powerful evil spirit. And that's where I'll leave it, because it then starts, I think, and get into some of the spoilers of the film itself and of the trailer. And again, I don't want to do that. But if you are interested in finding out more details about this film, just Google Dark Nuns or The Priest 2 Dark Nuns, and you'll be able to find out some more information about it. All right, so let's jump right into this trailer.
사탄의 머리를 밟을 수 있는 힘과 능력을 하나님께 부여받으신 위대한 천상의 여왕, 천사들의 눈부시며 겸손하게 청하오니 천상군대를 불러주시고 당신의 명령으로 악마들을 쫓아내게 하시고 온 천지에서 그들과 싸우게 하시고 그들의 무리를 안는 짓누르게 하시며 결국에 그들을 지옥으로 떨어뜨리게 하소서.
12형상이라고 들어보셨습니까?
그쪽도 특별한 이름이 있더군요. 검은 수녀라고.
명분은 있어요. 부마에 집착할 명분.
수녀가 무슨?
놔두면 결국 걘 죽으니까. 너희 더러운 영들아, 당장 떠나거라.
So, I mean, it looks good to me. And again, as you guys know, this subgenre is one of my favorites, if not my favorite subgenre. Again, when it comes to exorcisms, demonic possession films, I love those films. I don't know why, it just happens to be my favorite subgenre. I'm totally interested in this one. Again, because we don't see too many of these types of films coming out of other regions, especially out of South Korea. So I would be I would love to give this one a chance. If I can get a whole copy of it, I will definitely give it a review. You can see, though, it is pretty on par with some of the other films we've already seen right here in the U.S. when it comes to films that have to deal with exorcisms or an exorcist, right? You have a young child who's demon possessed, and one main or two main characters. In this case, it's two nuns. And what we've seen here in the U.S., like when it comes to The Exorcist, you have a primary priest or two that are the focal points. Those two and the child who's possessed, and that's what the film is based on. So it does feel like, and I won't hold back on this one, it does feel like we've seen this before. Like, right? You've heard me say the term, the phrase rinse and repeat, right? It feels like we've seen this already here in the U.S. We've seen this story play out. Now but here, though, in South Korea, this might not be a subgenre that's approached very often. So for them, this might not necessarily be a rinse and repeat. This might be something fairly fresh for them as far as it deals with exorcism type films when it comes to horror. So again, I'm very interested in seeing their portrayal of this topic, of this subgenre. So I'm definitely going to give this one a chance. Like I said, it releases on January 24th, 2025. So that's in roughly 2 weeks. So again, if I can get a physical copy of this here in a few months from South Korea, I will look to do so and give it a view on my end and let you all know what I think about it. Otherwise, I will also keep an eye out, because every so often we do get lucky where, for rent or digital copies of this type of content will pop up, whether that's through Amazon or Apple or some other venue where you can actually rent or purchase a digital copy. So I will keep an eye out for this one as well. And if I happen to see where it pops up, I'll let everyone know. If you're interested in renting or buying it for yourself, I'll make sure to drop links down into an updated video. Otherwise, drop a comment in the comment section. It wasn't a long trailer, but let us know what you think. Is this something you're interested in? Not as far as the genre itself, the subgenre, but as far as seeing other regional films that touch on these subgenres, do you find those interesting, or you strictly just like sticking to like U.S. released films? Let us know down in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.